Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Bowling League Spike Magazine Trophy Week number 1, the final game in Division B coming up tonight. And oh boy, it's gonna be a game. My goodness gracious, we've got Subductisupercilicarptors versus the White Skull Windbreakers, Berserker Tempest versus Doug the Minotaur, Underworld Denizens versus Orcs. Boy, that oh man, this is a fresh Underworld team against this skilled up work team. We'll see how this goes. first we'll take a look at the standings. In Division A, currently in first place, Street Fighters Turbo Max, Ian's team, Chaos Renegades. I was gonna say a few more games to play in Division A. A lot of Division A games left to play this week. But we're in Division B to finish out Division B here in week number 1. The White Skull Windbreakers facing off against Subductisupercilicarptors, Orc versus Underworld Denizens, Alphitis Australis, coached by Eric, currently in first place, a Wood Elf team with their win this week. First up, let's take a look at this home team. Coached by Berserker Tempest, coming in a TV of 980,000 gold. This is a fresh Underworld team. Underworld, a very solid team, a great team in the BB 2020 rules. He has 3 rerolls, 1 dedicated fan, 1 apothecary, a 15-player roster. One important aspect of this new team compared to the LRB6 is this swarming with the Snotlings. He has 5 Snotlings. He can pick up a 6th, and honestly, I'm a bit surprised that he didn't have the 6th. We'll see if he picks it up before the game begins. But 5 Snotlings with swarming. This means that after the kick, he gets to roll a D3, and let's hope not, with Morg. After the kick, he'll roll a D3. That many Snotlings can be put on the pitch, so he can field up to 14 players on a drive, and that is very, very good. He does have a bunch of Skaven and to round out these Snotlings and these Goblins. Of course, he has the big guy, the Troll. The Skaven players, these are your ball duty players, right? They're also the players that really they've got the strength on your team, they've got the edge on your team, and eventually they'll have the skills that you want for the ball carries. Ball carries? Carrying the ball carries? I think ball carries works. Number 11 Blitzer, of course, comes with the block skill. He has Gutter Runner, who, of course, comes with the dodge skill. MA9, that's a lot of MA. No Orc's going to be able to catch this Gutter Runner if this Gutter Runner breaks free. The problem is animosity, right? These Skaven players hate the Goblins. They absolutely despise them, and they don't want to interact with them. But that's why I say I think the Skaven team, or the Skaven players are going to be the ball carriers, right? You don't want to have to pitch this ball from a Skaven player to a Goblin if you can at all help it. Berserker Tempest really has his work cut out for him today. Underworld, very good as they start to skill up. They have access to mutations, and you can get this team out however you want. At low TV, it can be rough going because of, oh, look at this. They just don't have strength. They're not very resilient. These Snotlings are strength 1, AV 6+. This means that they're almost always eating 3-die blocks, even without an assist, and almost always being eating a Kaz out of it as well. He does have the Troll with Mighty Blow. The Troll also has Throw Teammate. That means all these small guys, these Goblins and these Snotlings, can be thrown, and that will be something that Doug will have to look out for, and Berserker Tempest will have to ensure he at least tries to threaten each and every turn, just because he's going to be getting so bruised and battered in this matchup this weekend that he needs to have as many options to score as possible, and one of those is always the Throw Teammate score. He can throw teammate and score from anywhere up to a half a pitch long. He needs to really be cognizant of that, and his game plan tonight, without having these mutations, is all about positioning. He's got to position these players. He's got to have a plan for when he's down 3, 4, 5, 6 players. What do you do? Where are your pieces on the board, on the pitch, so that you can open up a hole, or eke out a few more spaces, or keep the ball protected, or stop the defense from stop the offense from scoring. It's going to be real tricky to do at low TV, but he's getting a ton of petty cash because he's going to be up against this skilled up Orc team, the White Skull Windbreakers, coming in with a 13-player roster and a TV of 1,410,000 gold. That means 400 30,000 golden petty cash will be going to Berserker Tempest team tonight. He can do a lot with that, and that could turn the tide, provided he can keep these pieces on the pitch. Doug the Minotaur has a ton of block, a ton of guard, 2 players with Mighty Blow, and if that weren't enough, he has the Fowler, One Cheek Squeak, the secret get. Secret get? Sneaky get. What would a secret get be? Well, like would he just be everybody thinks he's cool, but he's not? 5 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls, 1 oppo. This is a standard a bashy race, right? A bashy team. He's got the big in blockers here with the strength of 4. 1 has the guard skill. All 4 blitzers with block. 3 of them have guard. 1 has Mighty Blow. Of course, he has the troll as well. He has these linemen who have various skills. They have block. The thrower, being a thrower, has pass and sure hands. He's got the skills to just murder this team. That's what he's going to be doing tonight. He's going to be trying to get those hits, mark those players, and remove players from the pitch. If he can do that, he's going to come out on top. I think the odds are in favor of this Orc team, but Berserker Tempest is no stranger to Blood Bowl. He is up against an Orc team. I think this matchup favors the Orc team, and Berserker Tempest is up against the current league champion as well. But we've seen upsets before. Again, Berserker Tempest, no stranger to the game of Blood Bowl. He might have a strategy up his sleeve. He might have some important inducement up his sleeve. 430k, you can get whatever star player you want, right? He can get whatever he wants. He can get a star player and a wizard. He could get bribes and try to remove some of these orcs that way. He has lots and lots of options. We'll see what he goes for here in the inducement phase. But the name of the game for him is to not get beat up, and it's going to be real tricky to do. The only way he's going to prevent that is with very good positioning. And so every single turn is going to matter here for Subductisupercilicarptors. I don't even know what that means. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it right. Again, I am surprised that he's missing the 6th snot lane. I think you want as many as you can because you're gonna lose a bunch. And if you can get 14 players on the pitch, that's very strong. Even if they're strength 1, that's so many tackle zones you're exerting. So we'll see what he does here. He still has 20k in the bank. That costs 15k. And without further ado, we're a little early, but without further, no, we're not. All right. Coaches are ready. Let's get this game underway. Looks like it's going to be clear skies. All the frog banners. All the frog banners. Bring back slam. Bring back slam. Underworld versus Underworld, very, very good once they skill up. 7 fan factor for the Windbreakers, 2 for Subductisupercilicarptors. There it is, 430. He's picking up more. Here we go. He's got Morgan Thorg, and then he picks up a keg as well. That's all the money. There he is, the man, Morgan Thorg, taken to the pitch here in week 1. Morgan, great piece. You've heard me argue, particularly in the LRB6, you've heard me argue that I see no point in his existence. But that's not because he's not a good piece. I just think he's very, very expensive. This is a new version of the rules. I don't know how costs really translate yet here in the BB 2020. But regardless, Morg is a fantastic player. Mighty Blow, block, strength 6, MA 6. AV 11, good luck trying to remove him. And of course another player that can throw all those goblins and snotlings. what's called Windbreakers, the visiting team. They're going to set up on defense here to start this game. They have a 4-player defense. They have Pants Vomit. Oh, I hate saying that. They have the #1 Troll as the center defensive tackle here. 4 players on the line. 1 on the line over in the right wide zone. Does have to be careful to throw teammate. Throw teammate is not... That's like a desperation move, right? You don't want to just casually throw teammate unless you've got some plan for it. But he does need to be careful of it. He does need to watch out for it, and he needs to watch out for these really fast Skaven that can get behind him. And if they can be protected for a turn, then Subductus... What am I going to call... I'm not going to call him his whole name. Subductus, I think is what I'll call him. Subductus. Subductus can score the next turn. So they just need one turn of safety to score. That Gutter Runner can score from the 4-yard line. So Doug is going to have to be careful of that. He's going to have a secondary of some sort in place. He's got a very shallow safety in the form of that blitzer. Shallow kick here to get this game underway. 5 players on the line for the offense. Just 1 player on the D3 roll for swarming. Again, after the kick, you roll a D3. You can get that. You can put that many swarming players on the pitch. That many snotlings. He's going to get 1, which doesn't sound great, but that's 12 players as opposed to 11. That's 8 more tackle zones you're exerting every single turn. Cheering fans results in a fouling frenzy until the end of the next drive. If one of your players causes an injury by a foul, you get 2 SPP. Let's go. Let's go. Where's that sneaky git? He's not even on the pitch. Yeah, right? All the other Subductus teams. 2-die block to get things started on the line. The ball is resting on the 10-yard line. Block on the left defensive tackle is going to be a push. Probably wants to get some coverage on the ball first before taking the block with the big guy. Takes the block on the right defensive tackle. Gets a push as well. Yeah, I don't know why Morg's not on the pitch. That's a very good point. Decided to take the roll with the big guy here. Risky roll. Got the pal, though. Yeah, Morg sitting on the sidelines. He's just chilling out. You see a Stick Skull, block, Mighty Blow, and throw teammate. Morgan Thorg, being 430k, also has Mighty Blow +2, which is new to this version of the rules. That's not a +1 that he gets. He gets a +2 on the block. I'm sorry, on the armor or the injury roll. Very good question. I don't know why Morg's not on the pitch. Number 6 Snotling in the right wide zone is going to cross the line of scrimmage. Berserker Tempest really considering his positioning here, and he has to. In this matchup, he really needs to decide where his pieces are going to be. It's very, very important each and every turn. Good pickup by the thrower after the failed pickup had sure hands. To secure that ball, will retreat 1 space to the 12. Shuffles the Gutter Runner to the left. Protecting that ball carrier from the left side. Moves a player to the right just in case. Just in case. I think he was still alright with that player to the left here. Because even a blitz on this Snotling, he had... Gets a stun on the left side of the line. Even a blitz on the Snotling meant with the player here, he still had these tackle zones all covered. So nobody was getting through here without dodging. Wow, 3-die block works out to the block skill. 3 skulls. 2 both downs, 1 skull, but has the block skill. And that Snotling remains on the pitch. Armor broke, but is only stunned. Takes a mark on the number 2 Goblin, the left tight end. 2 marks now. Trying to mark that Snotling with another player. These Snotlings are stunty and titchy. These players, 2+ dodges all the way home. They'll run right between your legs. Turn 2, back to Subductus. Berserker Tempest might have been afraid of the foul on Morgenthorg, but even so, AV 11, that's a lot of AV. It's also a piece you paid for. It's a piece you paid for that you're not, you know, you're not using it as a productive asset. You know what I mean? Wow, blitz by the troll right out of the gate. Gets a pal here on Under Thunder. Shifts the number 14 Clan Rat to mark the injured blitzer, number 11. Shifting players around. Started with that scary blitz again. These big guys, the reason you rolling dice on a big guy at the beginning of your turn is so scary is because most big guys have some sort of nega trait. Well, I'm sorry. It's because most big guys are loners, which is a nega trait. But if you fail the die roll, it's no guarantee that you get to use your team reroll to reroll that die, and it can be very quickly you're facing down a null turn. If he would have failed that die roll and wanted to spend the team reroll, he'd have to spend it first, roll a d6, get a 4+, and then re-roll the dice again. If he didn't get that 4+, he will have spent the re-roll and doesn't get his action, or doesn't get the re-roll rather. Wow, taking lots of marks, putting players on the line here, committing that ball to the right wide zone. Ball now on the 6. Oh, these orcs. These orcs. They're going to start applying pressure here. Yeah, 3-die block on number 2. They got the POW. So he gets the POW here. He gets that block, and now these orcs. These orcs are coming. He'll have to have a player back in the secondary, but he'll have the defense here and the defense here. Doug Minotaur spending a reroll there on double skulls. Down to 2 rerolls for the half. This time gets a push. Told that troll, get off me. Get off me. Passing the game of Blood Bowl made even more risky with the new rules, in my opinion. More risky for the long passes. Failed the really stupid roll with the troll. Really stupid says, before you take your action, this is a nega trait on the troll, roll a d6. If you have a teammate next to you who can tap you on the shoulder and remind you what you're here to do, then you need to pass a 2+. Otherwise, it's a 4+. And if you fail, good armor break for the KO here in the right wide zone. If you fail the die roll, not only do you lose your action, but you lose your tackle zones until you pass that roll in a future turn. It can be very harmful, particularly if the big guy is holding down the fort. If he's exerting tackle zones, key important tackle zones, you roll the dice, you fail the really stupid roll, and now he's not exerting those tackle zones, you can be in trouble. So part of the game is knowing when you want to roll dice on your big guys and when you're fine just letting them stand there holding down the fort. Good blitz to get in front of the ball carrier. in the right wide zone. Yep, and this is what we're talking about. Players in front, players to the left. Needs to keep a safety in play, and that's going to be number 8. Turn 3 back to Subductus. Wow, just going to town with these turns starting. Yeah, oh, this is a problem. He has to re-roll this, and he's got to get through the loner roll. Got through it. That's the trick. That's the scary thing with leading with your big guy. Went for the blitz, failed the rush, spent the re-roll, got through the loner roll, got a push out of it. Those will always be 2+. 2+ dodge by number 5. Takes a mark on, is that number 10? Yes, 10. I don't think those should be those numbers should not be transparent. Or if they're transparent, make them like 10% transparent. Or 50%. 70%. Let's say 70%. No! I'm going the wrong way. 30%. 30% transparent. All right, taking that mark. Another failed rush here. Decided not to re-roll this. Oh, that's a scary thing to not re-roll. That's your one gutter runner. Let it rock, but didn't break armor. So that mark, I was about to mention that this mark, you want this mark to mean something. And the reason was he was going to try to move this ball. He was going to try to move this ball this way. That's why he took that mark. Otherwise, you're just giving up, you're giving up a snotling. Unfortunately, he went for the rush, didn't work out. Very surprised he didn't re-roll that. And now there's a mark on the ball carrier. Here it comes, 2-die blitz on the ball carrier. Got the knockdown, we'll see if the ball bounces. Could conceivably bounce out of bounds. It's not likely. Bounces to the 10. Where the ball can bounce out of bounds, starts here, goes here, fails to pick up, goes out of bounds. Breaks armor on a snotling. Only a stun. Anytime a snotling stays on the pitch, you're fine with it. As an underworld coach. Like, alright, that's cool. Why is this overlay on here? I don't even know who that overlay is for. It's gotta be him, right? Double skulls on the block on number 4. Spends the final re-roll to get a push out of this. White Skull Windbreakers. Turn 3 with no re-rolls remaining. Once again, fails the really stupid roll here with the troll. This time it was the 4+ because he didn't have a friendly player next to the troll. 2 good rushes by barking backside to take a mark on the ball. And now a 2-die block on that snotling that marked last turn. Snotlings also have sidesteps, so the controlling player gets to decide where they go. Yep. Gets to decide where they go, and it doesn't have to be directly back. It could be in any open adjacent space. 1-man player advantage now for the White Skull Windbreakers. again, wanted that mark to mean something, but failed the rush roll, unfortunately, and that's a removed snotling. Boot Polish, thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it. Turn 4 for Subductisupercilicarptors. They've lost control of the ball here. They were on offense. Going to have a real tough time getting at this ball. Again, this is just a real tough matchup for Underworld, I think. Surprised he didn't take the extra snotling. Let's see. Oh, hiccups. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth? Where's the fifth guy? There he is. 5. Yeah, surprised he didn't take the 6th snotling, and quite surprised that Morg didn't start the game. Plus dodge failed. Didn't re-roll it at all. That's a KO'd player. Null turn. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. White Skull Windbreakers are going to have a clear shot at this ball. Berserker Tempest electing to hold on to the re-roll. Said it was a long shot that I get this ball anyway. Maybe I hold on to this reroll, and I can make good use of it in these upcoming 4 turns. $50 seconds into turn 4. Windbreakers repositioning units. Under a minute left in the first quarter. Windbreakers. Action order is important for the Windbreakers for the rest of the half because they just don't have rerolls left. Meaning that they want to make sure they're maximizing how many players they can action by not testing testing Nuffle too early. And now the 2-die block on number 4. This will be a dodge push. Two-die block back at center pitch against the number 4 Clan Rat. Is a pal looking for 8+. Doesn't get it. Three seconds on the clock. And now the Windbreakers back into bonus time. They have just under 7 minutes left on the bonus clock. Vonru, welcome to the stream. Got through the really stupid roll with the troll. Hasn't gone for a ball pickup yet. Oh no! Takes the block. It's going to be a skull, unfortunately, due to the block skill, and that ball's going to lie on the ground. Second quarter now. Subductisupercilicarptors looking for a way to recover this ball, but everybody has been picked off away from the ball. El Nugarino, welcome to the stream. Any deaths yet? Not yet. Just one injury. Just one injury. 2 KOs, 1 injury. Boot Polish says 50-50 shot. The ball will be all the defense he needs. Unfortunately for the Windbreakers, the thrower is on the sideline. Thrower's on the sideline. He could use the thrower right about now, and missing out on SPP with one cheek squeak due to the kickoff event. KOs the blitzer, the safety. And that's the first removal for Subductus. Failed a 3+ dodge. Spent the reroll here, but failed the dodge again. Rolled Snake Eyes. There goes Snake Eyes. Yeah. So no rerolls left for either team for the rest of the half. Turn 5 back to the Windbreakers. Yeah, but these only the gutter runners 2+ on a positive dodge. The rest are 3+. So it's 67%, or I should say 2/3%. Well, not 2/3%. It's a push on the Goblin. A little more there. Gets a third player on the ball. Now 2-die block on the number 11 Skaven Blitzer. Another push. Four players around the ball now. Who's going to try to pick the ball up with? It's going to be Barking Backside? Probably not. It's probably going to be the Blitzer. Yeah. Good pickup. Good pickup. May as well run like the wind. Yes, indeed. Good recovery by the Windbreakers. They're going to run this ball down to the opposing 18-yard line. Roll a 6 on the pickup. And then heads for daylight. Both down result back at the line of scrimmage will be a turnover. Turn 6 back to Subductus. Nobody can safely get at the ball carrier. That must be. Is it me, or like this seems like tall grass for football or Blood Bowl or something like this? The groundskeeper not doing a great job. Under a minute in the turn here for Subductus. They're trying to figure out a way to either mark the ball carrier, which they can, but probably don't want to do, or just force the score to give them enough time to tie the game before the half is up. Going to throw a teammate on 2 rushes. Doesn't eat the Goblin. Wow! What a throw! Two rushes to throw teammate. picks him up. Picks up the, not the goblin, the snotling. 5+ on the landing to mark the ball carrier. Took the uphill block even. Unfortunately, that snotling's getting knocked down. Took the 3-die uphill. And the snotling is stunned. I'm not going to say the name, but there's the name. Turn 6 for the Windbreakers. They're going to stand up the troll. Going to try to stall this out until turn 8. Moving the ball to the 24-yard line. Has plenty of players to try to protect the ball carrier with. What a throw. What a throw. I would have been happy with the mark because he has sidestep. So if he tried to blitz that player away, just sidestep onto the ball carrier. Two-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a pal here. Another two-die block, this time on the Skaven. Blitzer gets a pal as well. Looking for the 9+. Doesn't get it. Definitely doesn't get it. And now 3-die block on the Goblin is a pal. 8+ this time. The 3-die uphill, the reroll is not going to save you. Yeah, but he has sidestep, so long as he stays on his feet, he's gonna mark that ball carrier. Unless Doug sets up the surf by putting, you know, 4 players here, 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 and here. Or I guess even just 3, because the sidestep here would clear the ball carrier. I mean, I guess the odds are better. Well, they're not. How can they be better? You're giving your opponent 2 rolls. Failed dodge. failed to dodge with the Goblin. he just flipped over. Turn 7 for the Windbreakers. Two-die block on the left here. Gets pal. Didn't get a pal, got a push, I'm sorry. Got a push. Not a whole lot that Subductus can do. They'll get 1 more turn out of this. I hope to see a throw teammate attempt, unless there's a timeout. I love the way those animations work. Tried to rush to mark the gutter runner. The gutter runner said, no, thank you. That gutter runner is going to run to safety. 45 seconds into the turn. Subductisupercilicarptors moving players around still. I would run everybody away at this point. There's no way he's going to stop the score. Unless he's going to launch a goblin as an artillery shell. it's what he's going to do. Let's go. I want to see it. Let's go. Let's go. Why? I went for the snotling instead of the goblin here. So I had to rush to get the snotling, but the snotling, remember the snotling's dodges are always 2+. So that snotling could have come in to mark the ball carrier here. But I went for the snotling throw anyway. Snotling got KO'd. Turn 8 for the Windbreakers. Time to waltz this ball in. No shenanigans, no risks. There it is. I was like, where's the replay? I was on the wrong screen. There it is. All right. That's the... Oh. I forgot he was on offense to start with. So he doesn't get the extra turn. That's the end of the first half. Underworld Denizens, Subductus going to be on defense to start with. Morgenthorg finally taking to the pitch. Remember, Morg is strength 6, MA 6, has block, and has Mighty Blow +2. SP Beaver, it is not Morg time, it is Morgan time. Three players on the line, going with an anchor defense here for Subductus. They did pull out a safety in the number 12 gutter runner as well, giving up these wide zones. I think that's fine. Just needs to be needs to be a little bit careful of the defense getting enclosed by the offense. Remember, the offense is going to get the first turn here. SP Beaver cheering for the defense. Thank you for the bits. Five-player line for the Windbreakers. Two trolls, toe-to-toe. Here's the kick. Pitch it. Oh, no, Nuffle, why? Pitch invasion on the kick. A very shallow kick by Subductus. The ball's going to end up on the 2-yard line. Not a touchback, but 3 players are going to be stunned due to the pitch invasion. Windbreakers getting protection on that ball before rolling dice. 2-die block on the left defensive tackle is going to be a push. Two-die block with the right guard. Gets a knockdown on the troll. Now the blitz gets a pal on the number 14 clan rat. Boy, can I just tell you, I don't like saying clan rat. I don't like it. moves the blitzer across the line of scrimmage. And now Goblin. Failed the ball pickup. Won't re-roll it. The ball's going to scatter across the line of scrimmage to the 2. Turn 9 for Subductus. I didn't even notice Morg got stunned. Minute 30 on the clock. Subductus. Remember, their game plan really has to be about positioning. They can't go base to base every turn or they're going to get beat up. I didn't even notice. Did they get anything? What did they get for the swarming? I mean, I guess I can just count whoever's on the pitch. Stand up blitz by the troll. Tried to rush in a position on the blitz. Fails the rush. Doesn't. Did spend the reroll. Failed the loner roll though, and the troll's going to be prone. Now turn 10 back to the Windbreakers. I mean, these tackles, though, I mean, all these guys are going to get... I stand corrected. I was going to say, all these guys are going to get beat up. Thankfully, it works out to the block skill here. Gets stunned. Going to get a knockdown on number 11 as well. Average armor here, looking for a 9+. Meryl Streakus. Meryl Streakus. Can eat a 2 die here, or it could be the number 10 Skaven thrower. .55 seconds left on the clock in turn 10. The Windbreakers with 2 rerolls remaining. Neither team have spent their apothecary yet. Not a whole lot of removals in this game. I'm very surprised. Oh, Windbreakers fail the really stupid test with the troll. Rolled a 1. That troll has lost its tackle zones. And now the blitz coming the long way around on Meryl Streakus. Gets a pal. He's going to push onto the ball. And that ball will pop out exactly where he wanted it to. Back across the line of scrimmage to the 2. And look who's here, ready to pick this ball up. The thrower with sure hands. And there it is, came in handy. Advances the ball to the opposing 2-yard line in the right wide zone. It's going to set up some protection. Good turn by the Windbreakers. Shallow kick by Subductus. They were hoping to recover this this kick, but Doug the Minotaur would have none of that. Turn 10 back to Subductisupercilicarptors. Boy, I'm not gonna like what that is, am I? Windbreakers with 5 minutes 47 seconds left on the bonus clock. Subductus with 6 minutes 21 seconds. They're behind by a touchdown. Looking to recover this ball and get on the board. Morg, stand up blitz, 2-die blitz. Will get the knockdown because Morgenthorg has block. Mighty Blow +2. Can't break armor. Is that better? I like this view a lot. This is like, I feel like I'm a fighter pilot. 30 seconds left in turn 10. Gotta cover this right wide zone somehow. He does that with the Goblin, but taking the mark with the Goblin means that Goblin's gonna eat a 2-die. With Mighty Blow, in fact. Moves the Gutter Runner back as the safety. Turn 11 back to the Windbreakers. 2-die block against Meryl Streakus. She's going to get knocked down. 8+ breaks armor. I learned how to play Mahjong through the Yakuza games. That's how I learned to play Mahjong. There was also, for whatever reason, this was like, boy, 15 years ago, maybe longer at this point. I worked at a company, and a lot of times folks would go to lunch at a place called Fuddruckers. And for whatever reason, Fuddruckers is terrible, by the way. But for whatever reason, at lunchtime, there were a bunch of old ladies playing Mahjong in there. It was really weird. Yeah, there's that 2-die block on that Goblin. Gonna get a pal. I think this Underworld team might be better served with controlling the pitch, putting players in a position where they're exerting tackle zones that Doug has to fight through, rather than giving up 2-die Mighty Blow blocks and 2-die blocks with the block skill and stuff. What's called Windbreakers going to advance the ball one more space forward in the right wide zone to the 6-yard line. 2-die block back at mid-pitch on that Skaven Clan Rat. Gets a pal. Looking for the 8+. Looks like he got it. Gets a stun. And now a 2-die block on number 3 will be a push. Remember, these Underworld denizens, once they start to skill up, they have access to mutations, and this will allow Berserker Tempest to really get this team out however he sees fit. Has lots of different options to play with. And it'll be interesting as the competition progresses, and perhaps even the season, to see how he decides to get this team out and the strategy he's going to take with his skill selections. 2-die block on number 10. He's going to get the knockdown here. Really wants an 8+. Oh boy. Oh boy. Got a stun out of it. Turn 11 back to Subductus. 2-die block by Morg. Effectively an 88+ here. I can't break the armor. Just think about that. AV 10+. You're like, my guy's safe. He's going to be on the pitch all game long. And now suddenly Morg comes in and says, actually, nah, dog, you've got an AV 8+. Now you're a wood elf. It's scary. It's really scary. Not only are you a wood elf, but if you can naturally break armor, oh man, now you get the 2+ on the injury roll. Oh. Subductus continuing to remain Mark here, really applying pressure with this Underworld team. Doug will be happy to take these blocks. Subductus still keeping that Gutter Runner in the safety position. I think that's a wise decision on Berserker Tempest's part. Moves him over in the right wide zone now. Gotta be real careful with that Gutter Runner. This goblin gets blocked down. This Gutter Runner could be marked, maybe even blitzed. Uh-oh, where'd he go? Alright. So this this Skaven player is actually over here where this red circle is. Failed the really stupid roll on the troll. Yeah, this is gonna hurt a lot here because he had the 5v5 on the troll. Sure, there's assists here, but now that troll's nothing. Right? That troll's lost his tackle zones. See, it does disappear. Like, the circle disappears at times. It comes back. Two-die block against Meryl Streakus. This will be a knockdown. 8+, 7+ with Mighty Blow. Stunned. Two-die block now. Number 13 gets the knockdown thanks to the blocks. Oh, I love that bug. Good for Doug the Minotaur there for keeping track of where that player was. I love this. I love this so much. Oh man. Von Rue cheering for the defense. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Really wants this defense to come through here. Goblin gets knocked down, but didn't get an armor break. 13 seconds left on the clock for the Windbreakers. Take a mark on number 11. Two-die block now. Number 11 is going to be a push. He's going to have to follow up here after the push. He wants to keep number 11 marked. He does so. Doug the Minotaur trying to exert some tackle zones, trying to give himself some options for movement. Two-die block on the number 3, the leftmost number 3 Goblin. It's got to get pushed. Windbreakers down to 4 minutes 20 seconds on the bonus clock. Failed a rush by Bull Snort. And that'll be a turnover. Bull Snort going to remain prone on the opposing 16-yard line. Final turn of the third quarter now. Subductus on defense. Could see a potential blitz on the ball carrier. I don't think it's going to happen. Number 13 stands up, ball carrier marked. Number 4 stands up, he's on the sideline in front of the ball carrier. Morgenthau is going to take a block on Air Biscuit, gets a push out of this. Chain push, we'll see where he ends up pushing the ball carrier. Looks like he's going to push the ball carrier forward. I'm sorry, not the ball carrier, the blocker, the blocky, the big end blocker. And takes a mark on the thrower. Could have pushed the thrower onto the sideline, but decided not to, which is fair. Wow. I mean, all the way to the left. Maybe that he sees a gap forming here. Takes a knockdown on number 4 blitzer. Turn 13 now. Final quarter begins for the Windbreakers. So the thrower is going to stay on the pitch. Still in control of the ball. The number 3 blocker behind the ball carrier is going to push the number 13 Skaven Clanrat onto the sideline. Both down results on the number 4 Goblin. Doesn't break armor. Knocks him down thanks to the block skill. This will work out to block skill as well, but it's really... Oh. I was going to say, really looking for the push there. But I guess not, eh? Hey guys, he really wanted the push there so he can get the surf. Nope. Got the kill. Well done by the Windbreakers. Boot polish, thank you for the bits. Windbreakers in control of the ball on the opposing 6-yard line in the right wide zone. They are also in the lead 1-0. They have 1 reroll remaining, as does Subductus. They're going to knock down number 11. Trying to clear out that right wide zone. Three-die block now on number 2. This is going to have to be a dodge push. Failed dodge. Failed dodge by the blitzer. He's going to roll over. That'll be a turnover. Tackled himself. Turn 13 now for Subductus. 4 turns to try to recover this ball and draw this game. What happened on the kickoff? Why does he not have any snitlings on the pitch? Did he elect not to use it? Use the gutter runner all the way around the ball carrier. Might be threatening, or trying to set that gutter runner up as a potential scoring threat. Minute 5 left on the clock here for Subductus. They still have 6 minutes, 8 seconds left on the bonus clock, so plenty of time to consider their actions and think. Stand up blitz by Morg. Gonna be a push. Going to be a push. We're going to follow up and mark the ball carrier now. Mark. Morgenthorpe, otherwise known as Mark. Marking the ball carrier in front now. The number 1 troll repositions. Take a mark on Pants Vomit. Replace the gutter runner as a safety, or replace the safety with the thrower. The gutter runner now getting behind the ball. Thrower in the safety position. Wow, what a dodge. What a dodge. Number 2 is going to dodge in and mark the ball carrier as well. Now, turn 14 for the Windbreakers. Subductus trying to force the Windbreakers to make as many die rolls as they can. Maybe they fail one. Maybe they burn through their final reroll. Gets a stun on number 11, the Skaven Blitzer, back toward the center of the pitch. Stands up the number 5-ish Blitzer? 3. It gets a pal on that Goblin that just dodged last turn. Goblin's going to be knocked down. 8+ breaks armor. Doesn't break armor. I can't tell. I hope so. I really hope so. That'd be great. What a great animation. Three die blitz on number 4. That'll be a push to guarantee the surf. Pal would have worked as well. There he goes. Good removal there. Didn't get any injury, but that's okay. He got the removal. It's one less player on the pitch. Another armor break. Not an armor break, just the armor break animation. Alright, so didn't break armor on Morgenthorpe. That would have been wild. Oh, I see. No, he's twitching because of the physics. It's like he's possessed. White Skull Windbreakers are going to advance down to the 12. On the right sideline, they have a half cage on that ball carrier. And a whole bunch of people around that safety now. I hope that safety feels real safe. Turn 14 for Subductus. Two-die block on the number 9 blitzer. Spends a reroll here. Final reroll. Got through the loner roll here. Starting a lot of these turns with the troll block. But that's what can happen when you do that, is you fail the block and then you've got to hope you get through loner. He did here. But failed the dodge. Spent that final reroll. Failed the dodge with the Skaven thrower. And now, turn 15 for the Windbreakers. No reason to score this turn. He'll score on turn 16. SB Beaver, thank you very much for the bits. That dodge is pretty much going to seal the deal here. Windbreakers will end up winning this one 2-0. Well, I shouldn't say that because Subductus is going to get at least one more turn. And they could always throw a teammate. I really want to see it. I want to see it happen so badly. Ever since Ian did that last season, I want to see it so badly. I think it was Ian. It might have been Clypheus. Gonna hand the ball off. Got through the animosity roll. Hands the ball off to the blitzer. He wants to get that SPP on the blitzer to level him up. This is another good tactic you'll see by the better coaches to ensure they're getting the SPP on the players that they want to get it on. So, you know, maybe you have the ball in the hands of a player, and but it's a sure thing for a couple of turns. So you say, you know what? I'll take a mild risk to get this ball in the hands of somebody else who can get the SPP to level up and get a skill that will make me even stronger going into the next game. It can be easy for particular races, but really for any race in the game, I'd say. But for some races, it's easier than others to end up piling up a ton of SPP on a single player, and then that player just gets a target on their back, and when they are removed, when they're killed or injured in a way that you need to fire them, then suddenly you find your team has lost a whole ton of effectiveness just from losing that one player. It's not just a bunch of value in one player that you lose as well, but when you spread it out, you get more effective players, which means your action economy, I shouldn't call it action economy, but the effectiveness of your actions is increasing because you can play these skills off of each other, right? You get a player with block, you get a player with guard. Now the guard player is giving a +1 to the player with block, things like that. So it's often, or I shouldn't say often, it's always a critical skill to learn in the game of Blood Bowl to spread out your SPP. Turn 15 for Subductus. Not a whole lot they can really do here. Stand up blitz with Morg. Jedi Blitz got the POW on Air Biscuit. AV8+ with Mighty Blow +2. Doesn't break armor. Wait. What? Ah, yeah, that's right. I was like, man, I got my math off a lot. I was like, it's 88+. So why didn't he get it with a 6+2? That's because I was adding it twice, right? I basically made it a AV -4. Runs the gutter runner away from safety. I think that is strategically wise. Going to keep that that very important player safe and ensure he doesn't get injured. Two-die block by the troll against the other troll. This is going to be a POW, AV9+ with Mighty Blow. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oh, no! Spend the Oppo on that. He didn't spend the Oppo. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Didn't spend the Apothecary on the troll, and now that troll has a head injury. Walks the ball in to score 2-0. Now the score for the Windbreakers. One turn left, unless there's a timeout. We'll see if Subductus can get this ball in the end zone. They, on paper, they can do it. A thrown teammate can absolutely do it. Doug the Minotaur, probably just going to screen out the pitch here. Not only does this keep his players safe, but he'll screen out the pitch, just make it as hard as possible for you. Sort of, you can see he was setting up back here, and now he said, you know what, actually I'm going to set up here. And the reason for this is the throw distance. So if, say, the troll goes here, the goblin can only get thrown a maximum distance of this line, right? So if the troll's here, the goblin goes here. So he says, you know what, I'll just set up across this line. So now your goblin has got a whole bunch of dodges to make. I might even set these guys back one place further. But this makes the pass even riskier. So a good correction there by Doug the Minotaur. It's got to go. It has to go to a goblin. It can't go to a snotling. Because a snotling went in here. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, a snotling can do it? Yikes! Whoa, what's up with that ball? That's weird. That's weird. Here's the kick. Just gets one from the swarm. Oh no, the troll's in the center position. This is a bad spot for the troll to throw to score. He'll have to block down this line. Going down to the 14 now. It's gotta block down this line. Oh no, this is tricky. This is tricky. With 3 on the line here, I think the troll goes. I think the troll goes here instead, and then you get the free toss. It's 1 down, 2 to go, and he can't take a block with the troll. Not if he wants to score. Even though a scorer would still lose the game 2-1, that's extra points in the standings. That's extra SPP for a player. That's 2 down, 1 to go. He'll have to blitz down number 6 with someone. Here it comes. 2-die blitz. That'll work out. That'll work out. All right. He's cleared the troll. Now he's got to pick this ball up and get it into the hands of one of these snotlings. Good pickup to a handoff. 3+ handoff works out. Now it's time for the toss. Troll to toss the snotling. Has to go the max distance. Gets to the really stupid roll. Here's the... Ah! No! No, troll, no! You can't eat your teammates! Oh, no! Oh! That's another nigga trait. The troll. Oh, boy, he's always hungry. And being always hungry, he sometimes will just eat a player. Oh, went for the throw instead, just ate his face off. Oh, man. Good game by both coaches. Again, as we talked about in the pregame, that is a very tough matchup for Berserker Tempest, I think. I had more, didn't field him in the first half of the game. I wonder if maybe that was a misclick, or maybe he thought the troll was the more. I mean, I've done that a million times. I thought one player was another player, but didn't have Mork for an entire half. Got him out in the second half of the game. Just couldn't keep the defense together to stop the score for a second time. Doug Mintar would win this one 2-0. And with that, the White Skull Windbreakers are going to advance into the lead. 1-0. Doug the Minotaur in first place, dethroning Alphitus Australis. If you're unfamiliar with the format of the league, the way the standings work is players are ranked by standings points. So you get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. And then after that, there's a series of tiebreakers. So the first tiebreaker is your TD differential. So you can see Doug the Minotaur winning this game 2-0, has a TD diff of +2. That beats Alphitus Australis's TD diff of +1, and so the Windbreakers are in first place. After that, if it's still tied, then it's how many touchdowns you have scored, which in this case would have been tied for Doug the Minotaur and Eric. There's actually the very first tiebreaker is who beat whom. So if Alphitus Australis and the White Skull Windbreakers had played each other earlier in the competition, whoever had won would have broken the tie first. But yeah, great game there by both coaches. Again, really tough matchup for this Underworld team, but Berserker Tempest played it through to the end, tried every single turn. Can't ask for much more than that. He did eat the poor guy. And there's the schedule for the rest of the week. You know what? Let's actually